Quiz question time. What footballer was nicknamed El Nino? I'm pretty sure quite a lot of you are going to get this correct, especially if you support a certain club. Now, if you do know the answer, let me know down in the comments. If you don't know the answer, do not Google it, do not cheat. Find out if you are correct and where this nickname came from in the middle of the episode, or at the end, depending on when I remember it. Welcome to the Mega Luke Gaming channel. We have another player spotlight on our hands today, and this is by far and large the most requested player ever. I think ever for me to do a player spotlight on. At least once a video, someone will comment down below, you need to do this player, insert name. Because, I don't know why, because to be honest, but I'm finally doing him, so I really hope people stop complaining that I haven't done him yet. At least throw some variety of names, for Christ's sake. But anyway, we are on our quest, viewers, to beat the YouTube algorithm, and to do that, we need you to do a few certain things. You need to be liking the video first and foremost, and if you do, if you don't like it, you can dislike it too, because that also kind of helps. You can also comment down below telling me whether you prefer this player's at 3, 4, 5 stars, I don't know, or whether you know the quiz question. That's the reason why I do the quiz question, to get some more interaction. It beats the YouTube algorithm. I shouldn't tell you these things. Also, YouTube have done this weird and funny thing where the notification bell now might be turned off for you should you have turned it on before. So I think you need to turn that back on should you wish to know when I upload a video, and you can personalize it to your preference, I guess. Down below we have a Discord should you wish to join it, twitch.tv/MegaLukeGaming should you wish to watch me live. Let's take a look at this player today, shall we? This is the man we are looking at today, Ricky-Jade Jones. I say man, he's only 17 years of age and he plays for Peterborough in the UK. Now, a lot of people are telling me about this player because of one key attribute, or two key attributes that he has, which makes him very favourable to a lot of people, and that is his physical attributes of acceleration and pace. He is also described as an explosive striker. He knocks the ball past opponents because he's so darn quick. He does have some decent attributes in other places though. 14 finishing, composure of 12, off the ball of 10, that will increase in time. Now, he doesn't look fantastic and he only has a potential range of up to 150, but we will see today why that really does not matter if you aren't that quick. If you have the pace of 19 and 19 or 20 and 20, which this player has the capabilities of doing so, it does not matter about the rest of your attributes. You will simply create so many chances you will score goals. Now, to pick up this player, you don't actually have to pay a lot of money even. If we take away all of that, £4.3 million, I've seen it a lot less, 2.5, and they have accepted, and I've seen him go for a lot cheaper, and a lot of people have actually told me that they've picked him up for less than £1 million. It obviously depends on where you are in your save and how good he actually is and who your club is, because clearly they're trying to rip PSG off if they're charging 2.5 million and you got him for less than £1 million. Let me know, did you manage to sign this player for cheaper than that? I've seen him go for cheaper than that. Now, to actually make sure you've got this guy in your game, you need to make sure you have either the lower leagues loaded or you have English players loaded at the start of your game, and that's either loading the league or go into the advanced tab and loading the players, especially from League 1 where Peterborough are playing. The same league as Plymouth Argyle, did you know that? So of course this is a player spotlight where we set the player at their maximum potential and see how they grow into the game, and we have basically left Ricky-Jade Jones at Peterborough and seeing how he gets on with them. Now, we are in 2 years into the future, 2022. Ricky-Jade Jones is now 19 years of age and he is still playing in League 1. He's now in the Championship, sorry, with Peterborough. So he's actually gone up a league. They have managed to win the League 1 and he scored 24 goals in that league this season. 36 goals in 45 games with 5 assists and 8 player of the matches. So, if we look at his attributes, now in this iteration, like I've mentioned before, he doesn't actually have a lot of fixed attributes. It's basically his physicals and his finishing ability, maybe his dribbling as well. A lot of his mentals and his hidden attributes are not fixed. So we have a very low determination here, and to be honest, my simulator, Jeff Gayton, should have made that a little bit higher, seeing as It's not a fixed attribute. But that doesn't matter. We'll see how that doesn't really necessarily affect his growth. At the end of the day, it's about ambition and it's about professionalism. That's how a player grows. Now, 19 for pace. That's gone up off the ball. Like I mentioned, has gone up as well. We are looking quite good, to be honest. 43 goals across the whole season. He's valued at £10 million. Insane. And we're in our final season here with Peterborough. Ricky-Jade Jones has yet again destroyed all of his team stats. 41 goals this season with a 7.25 average rating. Peterborough find themselves as a mid-table team now in the Championship, which I'm sure they would be very happy with. And this man is keeping them there. He has fantastic attributes now in the physicals department. The rest of them have started to catch up. And his pace and acceleration has gone up to 19 each. This is not him set at his max yet either, so he has still some time to grow. He's now valued at £15 million, even though he's still playing for Peterborough in the Championship. That is a very high amount. His finishing, of course, of 15 means that he is scoring a lot of goals, but it is time to move him on, and we will see that happen. Very consistent, though, in probably the hardest division in the world to score goals in, the Championship. You very rarely see a lot of goals in the Championship from one player. This season, though, and the last, and the season before that, all in the Championship, Ricky-Jade Jones has scored at least 36 goals each time. He's also picked up 12 assists in the last 2 league campaigns too, so he's actually getting more goal contributions than he is games in the Championship with a 7.25 average rating. This season in total, 41 goals and 12 assists in 50 games. Very good, but it's time to move him on. Where are we going to put him? We have transferred him to Manchester United. And Ricky-Jade Jones is the top scorer after 2 seasons at the club. 2026 now, 6 seasons in, and he has scored 46 goals across the league. Quite fantastic. They find themselves in 4th place, though. They're not doing too great in that league. Let's take a look at him, though. This is him set at his max. This is him set at 150 current ability. Look how good he is. 15 dribbling and finishing. 20 acceleration and pace for both of them. Agility of 15 and stamina of 15. Composure of 15. Good off the ball of 14. Good decision makings of 13. His anticipation is slightly low, but he has good work rate. He is phenomenal for what he does. And although the rest of his ability, although I know he's only at 150, albeit that 150, he has it in the good places, because even with just the player trait of knocks ball past opponent, that's enough for what he needs to do and what he actually does. We signed for £21 million and he has 19 goals in his first season, breaking into the Premier League, his first season there. 4 assists, not great whatsoever. Well, it's still actually really good. That's a bit of a disrespectful comment there, Luke. However, this season, 31 goals and 7 assists in 37 games. For a player in the Premier League to do that with only 150 current ability is actually quite spectacular. I know we see a lot of these simulations where the player's scoring more goals than games. A lot of the time, though, that's in La Liga, that's in the French League, and this is the Premier League. It's a lot more difficult, and he is only 150 current ability and he's managing to score this. This just goes to show how great having fantastic pace and acceleration really is. And he's 6 foot as well, so he's actually quite a bit of a powerful bloke. He's not really small, 20 pace and 20 acceleration. In other competitions as well, we never got any further than the quarterfinals in any other trophy. Disappointing for Manchester United. Now, before we go any further, I asked you a question earlier. Who gained the nickname El Nino? And why is he called El Nino? Now, that, of course, is Fernando Torres of Liverpool, and it is Spanish for the kid. That is the reason why he is called El Nino. And, of course, when he was at Athletic Madrid, he was like their youngest ever captain, El Nino. But we return to the final season of season 2028, and we have won the league with Manchester United. And Ricky-Jade Jones is again the top scorer of the club with 44 goals. So quite a nice little feat there for Ricky-Jade Jones, winning the league title and being the top scorer. Now, a few of these attributes have gone down, including the acceleration and pace. Of course, we do set them at the max. at 150, and then once we let it go, it just teeters. It can lower in some and rise in others, and you might see that if you take a closer look at the other attributes there. It doesn't matter though, because still 19 pace and acceleration is still rather quick. I don't know if you know about that. His season before though, he did do the unthinkable and score more goals than games in the Premier League and had 12 player of the matches, a 7.48 average rating, 53 goals in 56 games in total. In the last season, the season we've just had, 29 goals, it's still a high amount, 36 appearances, 5 assists, 5 player of the matches, a 7.24 average rating. Competitions-wise, they were knocked out in the 5th round of the FA Cup. They were the runners-up of the Carabao Cup. They were the quarter-finalists in the Champions League again. What did they do? Have they won it? They have not won it before. The Premier League, have they done that? Back-to-back Premier League titles for Ricky-Jade Jones. He has also been the top scorer of the league for 3 years in a row now and beaten out a lot of really talented players, including a few of Manchester United's players. Patson Daka's there as well, Boadu and Marcus Leonardo for Liverpool, who have scored some good amounts, 25 each. It was not enough though to overtake Ricky-Jade Jones' total of 29 this season. Last season he was uncatchable at 40. Season before, of course, at 31. 10 more than his partners Mason Greenwood and Marcus Rashford. They dominated that season and still they didn't win the league. He has also managed to win the European Golden Shoe, which means he scored the most goals in Europe as well, which is not actually surprising, and it's based on his score rating, because of obviously a lot of people play more games, then it kind of defeats the object of the competition. But he managed to win in 2 seasons in a row, 40 goals and 31 goals, beating out some really talented European strikers that you may recognise. So there we have Ricky-Jade Jones, my most requested video yet for a Wonderkid spotlight, and for a good reason. I can see why you guys wanted to see what he was like and what we could potentially do with him with that pace and finishing, and I hope you enjoyed this series. Every single person who has requested it, hope you've enjoyed this video. So what do we make of Ricky-Jade Jones out of 5 stars? Now the cost at the start of the game, yes, it's rather low, so that's definitely a tick. Attributes per position, this is a tricky one because of course he only has 150 potential range. However, he does have that acceleration regardless and the finishing regardless. So I think regardless of whether you have the worst version of Ricky-Jade Jones or the best, he's going to score goals because he has great physicals and very good and good finishing attributes. So he's probably going to score goals whether you have a bad version or not. So for me, that's a yes. That's got to be a yes, in my opinion. He scores the goals, which means he definitely reciprocates what we have there, and managed to get a lot of assists as well. So he's won a lot of competitions for that. So that's definitely another tick, in my opinion. And he has the value after. We ended the stream. Well, he ended the stream. What am I talking about? We ended the series there, the simulation, and he was valued at £66 million playing for Manchester United. We've seen his value after a couple of seasons, still playing for Peterborough, be like 10 million, and the season after 15 million. So he definitely has a lot of value in the player in the future. So I think that is a definite yes from me. However, he doesn't have that something special in my opinion. He is lacking a lot of attributes which I would regard needed to be a something special, but my word, is he a fun little player. And regardless of who you are and where you are playing, if you can sign Ricky-Jade Jones, I'd suggest you do, because impact sub or starting striker, he's going to get you goals just because he will create so many chances for you. So I think that's a 4-star player in my opinion. What do you make of Ricky-Jade Jones? Do you rate him at 3 stars, 4 stars, maybe even 5 stars if you've had a good relationship with him in one of your saves? I'd like to know about it because so many of you have used him, so you might as well tell me. Let me know down in the comments. And that wraps up another Wonderkid Spotlight. I hope you've enjoyed it. We have some more coming out this week, so you need to make sure you're subscribed so you do not miss it. We have defenders and more strikers, and we of course now have the Director of Football Challenge, which everybody is thoroughly enjoying. That will be out going forward on Wednesdays, so make sure you're subscribed so you do not miss that. And if you haven't checked out episode 1 yet, go check that out. It's got a really good reaction so far, and I'm really pleased that everyone is thoroughly excited to see what the perfect director of football will do for my club Atalanta. So let's have a look at that. You can have a look at that, I will say, actually. And I will see you very soon for another video in the future. Bye-bye.